The relay race is like this. I just need a couple guys. Let's see. Let me get Junior. Let me get Chopi. Let me get Kingston. This is a relay race. I want you to kind of get some space between you. It's 4 men, 4 women. And it measures speed. But the most important thing in the race is not the racers, it's the baton. Without this baton, it doesn't matter how fast you run. Everything comes down to the baton. And the U.S. always has the fastest team in the world. We're always the deepest amount of people. Us in Jamaica. But the U.S. has so many more people. And on pure speed, usually we have more people who can run faster times than Jamaica does. But Jamaica's been beating us lately, and I'll tell you why. It has nothing to do with speed. But when you start off a race and the gun sounds, you start running that first leg. And the most important period comes in the transfer. Now, when they transfer, there's techniques they teach you. He can't take off too fast. He's got to wait on the guy coming before him because an exchange has to be made. So they have to learn to measure their steps, and then they have to build up speed to by the time the exchange happens, he and I are running at the exact same speed. And then the guy with the stick goes, "Stick!" And when he says stick, that's the signal to the guy in front of him. It's time to make the exchange. See, the guy who's running in front can't see when it's time to make the exchange. Only the person running before him can see it because he can't look back. He's going to lose momentum. He's got to trust the man behind him. And when he makes the handoff, this guy has to let go. You got to let go. See, there's a problem in church when the generations that come before won't let go of the baton and let the people coming after. So we hold on to church our way. We say, we'll give you the stick, but only if you do it our way. Only if you do it, only if you sing the songs we sing. Only if you do it the way we do it. And we never let them take it, so we take the baton back. And we wonder why we're getting disqualified. We can't run the race. Hand it off, and now he's got to run. So he runs. Now it's time to make a transfer. He's got to start running. So he says, "Stick." And then so he's got a stick. Now he goes. He runs. And you give it. All right? And now it's his job to finish the race. We're all participants. But Hebrews 12, it says, therefore. Now, if you've been in Janet's class, you'll understand. Therefore is a qualifying word, right? Isn't it? It's a qualifying word. It's not. It means that the section you're about to read is not an independent section. It's a continuation. It's dependent on everything. It's built on the foundation of everything that's said before it. Hebrews 11 is this hall of faith, right? It's all the great men and women. It's like by faith Moses, by faith Abraham, by faith Enoch, by faith Abel, by all these different people. This great hall of faith, and he's saying all of these people that came before you, they relied on faith. They trusted God. They ran their race. So therefore now, you're surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. Now this is the interesting thing about a relay, and I watched this last night. When they hand it off, all the people who are participants before, when they hand it off to the next person, you know what this person becomes? He becomes a witness. And you know what they're doing? They're cheering him on. And the writer of Hebrews says, you're in the middle of this race. Generations have come before you who have made the same decisions, given up their lives, given up comfort, given up everything to serve God, to serve a purpose greater than them. They've put off sin. They've put off all these things to serve God. And they've handed off this baton. And now they're trusting in you to run this race. And it's our turn. So therefore now, when I'm in the middle of this race, I am surrounded by a cloud of witnesses. The thing is, these witnesses aren't just bystanders. They have a stake in this race, because if I don't run this race, this cloud of witnesses don't finish. In fact, Hebrews 11, just before it talks about this race, it says these people never entered into their promise because they're waiting on you. They died believing that the goal was going to be achieved even though it didn't occur in their lifetime. They were dismembered. They were beaten. They were persecuted. They gave up everything. And now they hand it off to us. And God help us if we're going to be the generation that drops the baton. Jesus handed off to Peter and John and the disciples. They handed it off to Polycarp and all of these guys that were their disciples. They handed it on. Augustine, all through the ages. Martin Luther, John Wesley, Jonathan Edwards. Passing it on. Passing it on. This baton that was held in the hand of Jesus when he started this race. Because he's the author. But you know, he's also the anchor. He's the finisher. But I watched the U.S. team get disqualified last night because they fumbled the exchange. I got told this week that you're a little too serious about this church stuff. I said, I am serious about it because this race is bigger than me. I feel the weight of this baton. And there is a cloud of men and women who have ran this race before me, who stand in heaven, watching me now, knowing, cheering me on, knowing that their glory, that their faith is rewarded when I run my race and hand it off to the next generation. And every generation taking responsibility for its time, its race. How can we live lives to seek anything less than his highest calling when everyone who has run before me has run with this baton? It doesn't matter how small you think you are. The truth is, just like a relay race, we win together, we lose together. I'm not running this race for myself. We are all in this together. And we run together. Our generation, as a collective,